maraming nangungutang ngayon, pero I don't know if hilig ba silang magbayad, no? Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat, especially those who view this video. I made this video because of our situation today. At dahil ipinagbabawal pa ang pagpunta ng mga mag-aaral o estudyante sa school, so I think this video is helpful para sa mga mag-aaral na gustong matuto ng math, especially yung mga basics. Alam ko, maraming mahihirapan dito ngayon. Dahil hindi pa pwedeng mag face-to-face yung discussion. Mahirapan talaga yung mga mag-aaral kasi math needs to be discussed and explained by the teacher. So I think this video is very important sa mga estudyante na gusto matuto ng math. Lalong-lalo na yung mga estudyante na magiging grade 7 ngayon at kahit anong level o grade level. So my first topic to be discussed is all about adding of integers. So this is one of the basics in math. Adding of integers. Okay, before we go to adding of integers, let us define first what is an integer. Okay, what is an integer before we proceed to adding of integer? What is an integer? Before we define integer, let's have an example. These are examples of integer or examples. 1 is an example of integer. Okay. 1 is an example of integer. Say 2 is also an example of integer. Okay. Then 3, 4, 5. These are examples of integer. Okay, is 1/2 an integer? No, 1/2 is not an integer. We say -3, 3/4 is also not an integer. This is a fraction. These examples are fractions. So, what are integers? Okay, another examples of integers we have also -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Is square root of 2 is an integer, and this is not also an integer. So what is an integer? Based on our example, what is an integer? Integer is defined as a number. A number that can be written without a fractional component. So pag may fraction, kung fraction yung number, na kung yung numerator at denominator, hindi po integer yun. It is a fraction. So it also has the set of integers. What are the set of integers? Integers. It is including 0. 0 is also an integer. No? Set of integers are, okay, say 0. Counting numbers. What are counting numbers? Starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. These are counting numbers. Okay. So these are set of integers. What else? The additive inverse. We know that counting numbers are positive numbers. The additive inverses of these numbers are -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and so on. These are the additive inverses of these counting numbers. So these are the set of integers: 0, the counting numbers, and the additive inverse of the counting numbers. So 1, so the additive inverse of 1 is -1, additive inverse of 2 is -2. So these are the set of integers without fractional component. Okay? Component. Okay. Let's proceed to adding of integers. Let us start with an example. Okay, number 1 here. -5 plus 2, the answer is -3. Example, we have -7 plus 10, 3. If I hear an example, -5 plus -7, the answer is -12. Sorry, it's 3, no? It's 3. Then, another example, 4. If we have 7 plus 3, the answer is 10. Okay, if you want to know why is it that -5 plus 2 is -3, -7 plus 10 is 3, -5 plus -7 equals -12, 7 plus 3 equals 10. Now, before we are going to discuss this, let us know the signs first. these are the two signs, the positive sign and the negative sign. 5, the sign of 5 here is negative. Since we are adding, the operation is odd or plus. As you observe, there is no sign of 2. If a number is without a sign, it is automatically a positive. So here, 2 is positive. Okay. Now, why is it that negative 3 is the answer? Now, I have 3 solutions. First solution, or negative as yung utang. Okay. Maraming nangungutang ngayon pero I don't know if hilig ba silang magbayad, no? Let's say positive as bayad. Okay. So again, 2 signs in dealing with adding of integers. Do not forget the negative and the positive side. So here I'm going to set as a negative is my utang and the positive as my bayad. Okay. Here, as you observe, I set as negative as utang. So in this example, I have 5. Yung utang ko 5 or 5 piso. Since this is positive and positive is the bayad, so binayaran ko ng 2 piso, so may utang pa ako ng 3 piso. Okay? So, next example. I have here, no, may 7 akong utang, no? Binayaran ko ng 10 piso, so may sukli ako na 3. So, the answer is 3. Here, number 3. Okay, may 5 piso na utang, plus, umutang ako ng piso, so may ako na 2. So, negative 12. Then, number 4, walang sign na nakita nyo sa number 7 at saka sa 3. Ito, as operation to. No? So, automatic, sign ng 7 is positive. Ang 3 is also positive. So, the answer is 10. Because wala akong utang. No? Wala akong utang. 10. Okay, that's my first solution. Utang bayad. The second solution, I set as negative could be a girl. Then positive, a boy. Ang rule dito, dapat magkapares yung boy at girl. Pag magkapares na po yung boy at girl, ika-cancel out. At yung walang pares, yung tamang sagot. Okay. Here, I'm going to introduce, I'm going to show this idea. Here, I have 5 girls. So I'm going to write 5 girls because they're negative 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I set negative as a girl. And then I have here 2 boys. Positive, positive, 2. I'm going to pair, or the boy, we're going to find a partner, which is a girl. So rin na lang po yung mga lalaki na gustong mag-partner na lalaki at yung babae na babae. So dito, babae at lalaki ang ating partner. So here, this is the pair. Ika-cancel out yung my pair. Tapos yung remaining yung tamang sagot. So ilan? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 negative. So the answer is negative 3. Okay? Next, number 2, 7 girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 10 boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hahanap tayo ng partner na boy and girl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, ika-cancel out to, no? Cancel out to. So, yung walang partner, yung tamang sagot. Yung sagot natin. 1, 2, 3. So, there are 3 positive. So, positive 3. Okay? Another. Number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, plus, the sign of 7 is negative. So, 7 girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you observe, walang nag-partner na boy and girl. So, kasi walang partner, bibilangin natin ito lahat na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Kulang ng isa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So, pag binilang ito lahat, kasi walang partner, puro lang girls. So, negative 12. So, there are 12 girls. This is the negative, and we set negative as girls. So, 12 girls. So, negative 12. Here, number 4. Same. Wala kayo negative. So, puro to lahat positive. So, walang partner. So, pag walang partner, i-add lang. 7 plus 3. The answer is 10. Okay. That's my first solution is utang bayad. The second solution is I set as negative as girl and the positive as boy. Now, in the third solution that I'm going to introduce, it is the rule of adding of integers. Now, in my case, I memorized the rule. Unlike sa bayad at utang kasi mahihirapan po tayo doon sa bayad at utang, at especially the second rule, na the girl and the boy, if the numbers given are a bigger number, no? Like 1,000 number, millions. So, the third solution that I'm going to introduce is the rules of adding integers. The first rule, if the 2 integers have the same sign, add the 2 integers and copy the sign that they have. In our example, number 3 and number 4, when we say have the same sign, it could be yung dalawang integers could be both positive or it could be both negative. Now, example number 3 and number 4, dito, no, itong rule number 1 natin to ma-apply. No? So the sign of 5 is negative and the sign of 7 is negative. So they have, if the two integers have the same sign, so therefore this problem or this example have the same sign. So what we are going to do? Add the two integers. So add 5 plus 7. The answer is 12. And then copy the sign that they have. What is the sign that they have? They have negative sign. So therefore the answer is negative 12. Okay, next example number 4. Ma-apply itong rule number 1 to dito sa example number 4. The sign of 7, that a number walang makikitang sign, automatic that is positive. So positive 7 and positive 3. Therefore, the two integers have the same sign. So if they have the same sign, i-add lang po yung dalawa. 7 plus 3, 10. And copy the sign of that they have. They have positive 10. Answer. Okay? So this is my third solution. The rules of adding integers. Okay, again, the first rule, if the two integers have the same sign, ibig sabihin, it could be both positive or it could be both negative, we are going to add the two integers and copy the sign that they have. Okay. The second rule, if the two integers have different signs, the one is positive and the other is negative, what we are going to do? Subtract the two integers and copy the sign of the bigger integer. In our example, saan ito ma-apply? Example number 1 and number 2. Okay, number 1, the sign of 5, that's negative, and the sign of 2 is positive. So they have different signs. What we are going to do is to subtract based on our rule. Subtract 5 minus 2, that's 3. In grade school, that's 5 minus 2 is 3. Then copy the sign of the bigger integer. Now the bigger integer here, we know that it's negative. We know that 5 is the bigger, but the sign is negative. So therefore, copy the sign of the bigger integer. So the sign of the bigger integer, which is 5, is negative, so our answer is negative 3. Next, number 2. The sign of 7 is negative, and the sign of 10 is positive. So they have different signs. So we are going to subtract 10 minus 7 is 3. And what is the sign of the bigger integer here? The sign is positive, so our answer is positive. Okay? So these are the rules of adding integers. And I recommend you should memorize the rule, no? Para madali yung pagsagot natin if we are dealing with adding of integers. The basic, no? At kahit basic to, marami pa rin nagkakamali kasi hindi nila na-memorize yung rule. So, yung hindi pa natuto nito, na grade 8 na, na grade 9, na grade 10. So, pwede nyo panoorin itong video na to. Maybe it can help you, or maybe matuto na kayo dito, no? And I hope you will learn many things. And please subscribe and comment below what is your suggestion in my video, because I will post many videos para po makatulong sa mga estudyante. Kasi ang panahon natin ngayon, no, mahirap na. So, ulit magandang araw, no? Salamat sa inyong panunood. Okay, bye!